So the NHL stopped using their tracking pucks. So
Yeah.
they started this stuff in the playoffs last year. Like they're bringing out all their new stats so people could bet on everything, and players are tagged so you can see where they are and how fast they're going, and you can have this chip in the puck now so that if the goalie's covering it and there's a question of whether it went over the line, now they have an exact precise location of where that puck was. So even without a camera being able to see it, they can look at the data and say, yep, the puck was over the line. So all this great new stuff that was supposed to be coming out, but players were finding it wasn't working like the old puck. So Matthews was coming out saying, it's just the texture on it's not as smooth. It's not handling as well and stuff like that. So anyway, the NHL came up with a statement saying that the pucks basically weren't built to the same quality as they were for the playoffs, and that there is a noticeable difference between a regular puck and these new tracking pucks. So the tracking pucks are shelved for the time being, and they've gone back just to the regular old rubber. And I don't know, they're going to try to bring them back out down the road, I guess. But I didn't find a whole lot of broadcasters were using the advanced stats anyway. Like, one of the questions Gary got asked on one of the calls was, where is the NHL on bringing back this stat system, or where is it? And Gary said it's already in. It's just, it's up and operational in every arena. It's just up to the broadcasters to utilize it, and they're just not. So I don't know if that's just NBC doesn't care. Like, sometimes they'll have their overlays where they show like a play and they'll have the names popping up and it will follow them perfectly. But that's basically the degree I've seen of the player tracking. Like, I haven't seen anything other than that. So unless it's only being used for betting purposes, me as a viewer, I'm not getting any benefit out of that tracking. So if that tracking is not going to exist from my point of view, I don't see the point of having these pucks that could be making it harder for people to score or make passes, or maybe it's bouncing too much or for whatever reason. Yeah. So I don't know. It just seems kind of foolish to me.
I don't even remember being told any advanced stat information in any of the games recently in the playoffs, or maybe it just went in my mind and out in one ear and out the other. But yeah, I don't remember broadcasters even talking about it really. I just figured that they weren't even using it. I haven't really been following the stories. So interesting that they have been using it and we just don't really know a lot about it, and that they stopped using it, which I think it's the right call from the NHL's point.
Yeah, like the main issue definitely seems to be the finish on like the flat side of the puck. It's just not sliding across the ice as well, apparently. I don't know if it's just rougher or it's not as smooth, or maybe it's bouncing, like I said, bouncing too much. It's just whatever reason. So anyway, players spoken out, they didn't like them, like Matthews, Crosby, some other players, and for the time being, they're not using those anymore.
Well, interesting.